sneak peek at the latest episode of You're My Best Friend with Moxie Ann and Ruben J. If you like what you hear, head over to thebestfriendshow.com to subscribe.
That headspace leads into one of our signature questions, which is, if you had a life quote, what would it be?
Never look back.
I think that defines Eric.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know about him and listening to him in enough shoot interviews and podcasts, and he did a speech recently, not recently, but maybe like 2 years ago. It was like a 2-hour-long speech or Q&A session, and every question was either a, hey, when you did this, what did you think? And he goes, I don't really I don't think about that stuff. I don't, that's a really appropriate thing. Now, for those of us who may dwell on the past, do you have a piece of advice for them to be able to move on to the next part of that life and get to maybe a more healthy spot instead of dwelling on, whatever the failure or even the success was, and moving into that next phase of that life?
Yeah, I do. And I'm going to get to that in just a minute. But, I think it's important that when I talk about this to people, first of all, my wife has been my Sherpa guidesman through this process. Mm-hmm. She's really the one that has taught me over a long period of time, because I'm kind of a stubborn bastard on top of, genius, asshole, stubborn bastard would probably be.
That's one of the things I've heard about you.
Good bio. And it's taken me a long time, but she's been persistent. And I firmly believe that dwelling on your past shortcomings, failures, mistakes, poor decisions, whatever you want to call them, whatever you think you regret, dwelling on those things induces paralysis, emotional paralysis, creative paralysis. It just creates paralysis. Likewise, focusing on your past success does the same thing. It may feel a little bit better, kind of, sort of, but if you're stuck in it, if you haven't moved on beyond it, then you're paralyzed. And I think that's a common thing. I think we're all kind of conditioned. We're afraid of the future. We're concerned about the future, so we're worried about what's going to happen tomorrow or next week or next year. We drag our past around with us like it's a big wagon full of old shit that we feel we need to keep for some reason. All of it slows you down. And I think if you really want to enjoy your life, if you want to be the most creative you can be, if you want to be the happiest you can be, for me, through the help of my wife, here, it's right there.
Grateful.
It says grateful. And I had it tattooed on my wrist because it's easy enough for me to remind me when I start turning into something other than I want to be, and I start feeling negative, or I'm, angered by something someone said or whatever. I just think about all the things I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
And once, for me, I'm not trying to preach to anybody else. I'm just telling you what works for me. Once I start feeling negative in any way, or not even negative, once I feel like I'm not being productive and I'm not moving forward, okay, what am I grateful for? I've got
We hope you enjoyed the sneak peek of the latest episode of You're My Best Friend with Moxie Ann and Ruben J. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, and Downcast, or go to thebestfriendshow.com for more info.